Hello everyone, I'm Brugar and you're watching The Last Case of John Morley. It's coming out today on the 27th of November on Steam, and it's a creepy detective adventure. That's why I'll be bringing it to the second channel. You'll only see a small preview here on the main channel. A teeny tiny one. You can subscribe to the second channel for more, so you don't miss anything in the future. And make sure to smash that bell. Yeah, I know you're waiting for Bloodlines, but I'm having major problems with the mod. With this RTX mod, graphics often display incorrectly and the game constantly crashes during loading screens. And I don't know how to fix it either. It's still a very early version. I hope I can find some kind of workaround. I'll do a bit more research on the internet to see if I can find anything. Until then, we'll have this here as a different project for now. There might be another project, like a survival game I'm excited about, though it's causing some problems. Strangely enough, maybe I just need a new PC. Whatever, I'm playing this now. As I said, you can watch the full video on the second channel. I'm doing this without a face cam. Sorry, and enjoy the game. In the depths of darkness, he woke up with a jolt, his heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp, darkness surrounding him, thick and suffocating, swallowing all sounds but his own ragged breathing. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in a fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How did he get here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand up. The weight of an unknown terror pressed down on him. Somewhere deep within the trees he could hear it. Something was following him. Time buries all truths beneath shadows, but the past always finds a way to make its way back to the surface. They demand to be heard no matter the cost. Well, it's a bit scary, to be honest.
Where am I? I know it's following me. I can feel it.
By the way, I'm not going to say what's in the short description on Steam right now. Please don't do that either, because I think it kind of spoils things a bit. I think we'll get to what it's about and the premise, but let's not spoil anything anyway.
I shouldn't have taken such a risk.
I can follow the lanterns. By the way, I'm playing it with a gamepad, which was suggested on Steam. That's why I'm doing it. Plus, it looks good on camera.
That sound, it's coming from the river.
This place is really nice. Even with this strange twilight, but...
If he catches me, he won't show any mercy.
What is it? What will catch you?
I know that it's hidden somewhere in this forest. I should be able to see its light soon.
In the best light... Oh, it's a house.
At last, I can gather my strength and plan how to face this monstrous thing.
I don't know. That seems more like a trap than a refuge. The door is open, and it's very dark inside. It's not like I was right just now, you know. Last day in the hospital, the piercing light of the morning sun woke John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't numb the strange visions that haunted him. Another day in this miserable hospital, his wounds ached, but he had no regrets. Despite the accident, he had brought the culprit of these terrible crimes to justice. Isn't that the duty of every good private detective?
The name is John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses and being pumped full of so many medicines to fill an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling a brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
Aye. 5 stories.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a little longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Please don't come so close. Nightmares, belongings, results, and discharge, and the clothes and the woman. Nightmares.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
If this is John Morley's last case, things likely won't end well for him.
My belongings. I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins that we've kept as safekeeping. They're in the box on the table.
So I'm better now?
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
I think they translated discharge wrong. It means results and discharge.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
A new key clue has been revealed. Open the case files to view character information and clues. And how do I do that? Yeah, not like that. I'd like to read that, but it's okay. Apparently that's not possible.
I'd better get dressed. A hospital gown tied at the back doesn't exactly scream professional. Story of my life. Nearly broke. That's me, Bloodhound Morley.
John Morley, private detective, 26B Hawthorne Street, London. I can read that, you know. Medical discharge concerns reports about the discharge decision. Present Dr. A. Fauna, final review and conclusion. By the way, it's 1945. Ha, I didn't say that at all. The patient has shown satisfactory improvement in all preoperative goals. Not shown. The surgical procedure, which was performed according to protocol ETD-03, was found to be successful in this regard. After completion of the final tests, and provided that the patient feels physically and mentally prepared, a medical discharge is recommended. At this time, no post-operative complications are expected. Continuous monitoring during recovery is recommended to ensure the patient's stability. That's nice. Falling 5 floors. Wow. Are those all his clothes? Okay, so fancy.
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny, after all.
£2.
She still seems to have a soft spot for me. Could that be a chance I might win her over?
Aha, I don't know if that's a lot or a little. 1945.
And these do a fine job of hiding any belly. I can't complain about that. They look brand new. The collar is pristine. Well-structured shoulders, nicely padded, gives off an air of authority, keeps the crooks in line and catches the lady's eyes. I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard souls. This note is from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
I feel terribly sorry for John, but I just can't go on like this. You were laid up in this hospital for ages, and I stayed naked and haven't been paid for months. At that time, seeing your condition, I couldn't say anything. I thought it was best to let you recover quietly. But recently Dr. Forner called and said they'd finally let you out, so I thought it was time to tell them. I haven't been to the office for a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and our old musty brick building. But I have to move on. Even before the accident, you owed me 3 months' salary. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. I hope that's the right translation. It always shifts between formal and informal. You. Hope you understand. I left my key under the doormat. I paid the water and electricity bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. An older woman stopped by a few days ago asking about you. I said you might return to the office this afternoon. She seemed very eager to have a word with you. Penny, with that.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I managed to lose the only two things that kept me grounded. A sound advice, always spot on, and a faint hope she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Wow.
Blimey, it's almost noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
Yeah, a nice guy, when he's trying to steal another man's woman.
Blimey, what a fall I took on the rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But oh well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally. Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must-have.
Sure, investigating out on the streets right now doesn't look suspicious at all, right? Trench coat and fedora.
I better hurry. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And the way things are going, I can't afford to let this one slip away.
Okay, can't even talk to her.
Alright, let's get moving. Today is the first day of the rest of my life.
Okay. John Wallace's office, finally back on the streets and into the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys fill the air with the burnt smell of coal dust, while the rhythmic humming of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney and Southwark echoed like a symphony in his ears. Soon he would be sitting in his cramped, dusty office again, ready for the next case. Maybe with a forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in his drawer, and he mourned the irreplaceable loss of his assistant Penny. Well, I mean, if she had no money for months.
Back again. It feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
That he even managed to keep the apartment for this long. That he didn't back then.
Everything has the same old charm and yet feels oddly new.
Of course.
That hospital stay gave me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take things here from now on. Stick to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Yeah, of course he'd have a glass door.
Here they are, Penny's keys, just like it says in her note.
Yep, exactly how you'd imagine it. Even the music.
So this is Peter. That smug grin punched me straight to my head. Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet-talk her into coming back.
I don't think she'll come back.
If this client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Spurned mistress.
The case of the Red Shoes murder, one of the most complicated I've faced. Finally, case closed.
Elk? Why elk? The victims were women. I want typewriters.
Even the coppers have missed it. The slant on the letter E, that's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. My files, cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. The umbrella with the bullet hole, a souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one. This is my favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal but effective.
He keeps all the evidence items? Also interesting.
My desk. Strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must wanted to leave anything cleaned it thoroughly before she walked out on me. Another one of my old cards, but on this one has my last name circled.
Should I call her now? Nah. What are these tiny cigarettes on the table? Look how small they are. And I don't know if that's a mistake or something. Detective John Morley solved the intricate case of the Jade Mask. Okay. If he already solves so many cases, why doesn't the police assign him a few and say, hey, we need your help and there's money? If he's really this short on cash.
Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details. The drawer is locked, but there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
It's your desk. Morley, should I type that maybe? Ah, yes, I thought so. Aha, gun.
The scarlet page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away.
Well, well.
Oh, excuse me, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was just a bit distracted.
Good day, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was quite engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, may I ask what brings you here today? How may I help you?
I will try to be as open as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone snuck into the house unnoticed and upon entering her room inflicted 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily accused and convicted 2 violent thieves who had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was terminated and justice was never served. I am willing to offer you £30,000 if you take this case, and another £30,000 if you solve it and reveal the true killer. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you take this case?
I understand your grief, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, may I trouble you with a few questions?
Of course, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
Damn, she must be seriously rich. I believe £30,000 back then was an absolute fortune. So, Bloomsbury Manor.
I will not interfere with your work, as I now live at Bedford Square in the heart of the city.
Okay.
A case that has been cold for 20 years. You certainly aren't making it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What led you to seek a detective now?
For more than 2 decades, I have fought tirelessly for the case to be reopened, to prove that the true murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither lawyers, nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a grim story have managed to uncover anything. One day I read about your success solving the Red Shoes killer case. Unfortunately, I also heard about the unfortunate incident in which you were hospitalized with severe injuries. On your secretary, Miss Penny's advice, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now here I am.
Since when do we spell miss with a sharp S? Miss.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so sure they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested 2 violent thieves who had been terrorizing the county at the time. Although they swore they were innocent in my daughter Elady's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. The police took the opportunity, imprisoned them for their other crimes, and closed the case. What I always found suspicious was that on the night Elodie was killed, nothing was stolen. If these thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It makes no sense, Mr. Morley.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time. Only a few servants and a guest sleeping in the West Wing were present. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping pill and fell into a deep sleep. It is a decision I will regret for the rest of my life.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I'll take the case and begin the investigation immediately.
I am pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. If you would excuse me now, I have something to attend to. Once you find the culprit, please contact me immediately so I may send you the remaining £30,000 without delay. Please, Mr. Morley, solve this tormenting mystery that has haunted me for so long.
£30,000. It happened 20 years ago. Shadows of the past. The visit from Countess Margaret Fordside was exactly what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to awaken his detective instincts. Money, of course. An unsolved 20-year-old murder abandoned by the police in their incompetence and topped with a generous reward. What more could one wish for on the first day back? The ride to Bloomsbury Manor went smoothly, although the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable trip. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an ancient grave, forgotten and abandoned. Is this now the place from the forest? No. Not quite sure. I don't quite understand what the opening scene has to do with this. Or maybe it'll come later.
Every step I took felt like stepping deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Alright, with that, I'm releasing you from this first look on the main channel. If you want more, head over to the second channel and watch the full video. Thanks a lot for watching up to this point. I'd appreciate likes and comments, and of course thanks to the channel members. I'll read them out now. See you again in another part or another project. I'm Brugger. Bye. See you then. Something Amatrasu Heart, Amaya, Neko, Astorias, Baradion 1, Bex King 1990, Black Rabbit LP, Blue Fire 486, Bao the Pet Goblin, Cindy H, Hard Demon Slasher 2001, Eins Ikilo, Eurasian Korean, Flop Flop, Gassiva, Green Tiger B, Burritos Nex, Julicorn, Korn, Kirito Gaming, Leonda Medler, Luigi, Master Exploder 5000, My Kid-chan, Nauki78, Achten, Zipzig, Ninikor, Black Parade, Opagale, Padapong, Pupofish Poop, Raik Boretze, Ophus Platus, Side Whites, Sir Liselot, Sophia Möpp, Sternchen Katriele, Tamis, Trofoir, Vantan, Wölfchen 0909 and Jux.